any of these to the finals.
Yeah.
Because you'd win, right? Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. And my argument for not picking Jordan is other teams have won while Jordan was playing,
That's correct.
and they didn't need Jordan. I mean, the Pistons won, the Rockets won.
won.
I mean, there were other teams that won without Jordan. So it's not like if you don't take Jordan, you can't win.
Right.
That wasn't the way I looked at it. All right, who's your point guard? This is where it gets interesting. This is a big one.
This is not my point guard. This is my last
Or
guy.
that position.
Because I'm going to interchange this out.
Of course.
My last guy is Kobe Bryant. Okay?
He's playing Kobe and Michael.
Which will give me two cold-blooded assassins.
And are you just swapping who brings the ball up?
No. Magic's going to bring that ball up.
Just to bring the 4 out?
Just bring it up.
Okay.
Oh,
No, to bring the matching for the defender.
Absolutely. Because I can shift, honestly, I could shift Kobe down to 3 quicker than I could shift Michael down to 3, in my opinion, just because of the way he played. But with Magic facilitating that entire offense, I've got Shaq, I've got Kobe, I've got Barkley, and I've got Jordan. Kobe could bring that ball. Jordan could bring that ball up. It's interchangeable between those 3 guys who could bring it up. But at the way, if you look at the 5 guys that I've got on the court, every single one of those guys are cold-blooded assassins and will cut your throat out.
Yeah.
They were going to win at all costs, and that's the most important thing to me. Plus, all 5 of them are great shit talkers, which is even better. It's playing a mental game to get you out of what you want. So those are my 5.
My point guard, who's a true point guard, an oversized point guard to some, at least when he played for sure. And I went with Defensive Players of the Year. Hakeem won it twice. KG won it once. This guy won it once or twice. I wanted people, and Kobe. Kobe's like one of only like 3 people that have been in 9-time all defensive. So all my guys are all defensive players because that's just what I want. Even my bench, because defense wins games. Point guards.
Are you going glove?
Yeah, I am.
You're going glove, my man. Yes.
Because here's what I like about Gary Payton.
God, he's
Gary
so
Payton,
good defensively.
There is no other point guard in the history of the NBA that both defensively and offensively is equal to him.
No.
There might be somebody that's better, like Jason Kidd may be a better distributor, but Jason Kidd couldn't score.
Point guard, yes, because Jordan was a phenomenal defender.
Well, no, I'm talking
But
true point guards, right?
yeah.
There's nobody else that plays like the glove, and nobody played Jordan better than the glove.
He did.
So I knew you goofballs were going to pick him. Somebody was going to pick him. So I got somebody to guard Michael Jordan. That's just a term of endearment.
It's endearment, yeah.
And so I got him. The dude could give you 24 points a game. He could give you 13 assists, but he could lay back and have 6 points and distribute and give you 18. I mean, you got all these options. I mean, we're playing with major players. And these are all-star teams. And I love what he brings to the game.
And him
I like
and Kemp were so much fun to watch.
And him,
and Detlef Schrempf.
Him and KG and Kobe, all shit talkers. They're going to shit talk all day long, And I got one on the bench that's going to do the same thing. I got I like the getting in your head thing. And if I've got him going up, you're going to focus on those other 4 and forget that he's only got 4 points, and then he's going to score. He's got that mid-range game. I like that he's 6'4", 200 pounds, so he's strong enough, and he's one of the stronger point guards in his era. That somebody like Stockton couldn't do what he did because he was just so much bigger.
The mental game matters.
He bodied up. He bodied up other point guards very well. So
John Stockton.
Nothing. I go. I thought you were going to say John Stockton.
Kobe Bean.
No, Kobe.
Kobe Bean.
It's interesting.
John and I's teams are pretty much alike. We spent the day on the golf course and didn't even talk about
Good
it.
discussion.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do this. For your reserves, tell me both
we have
of
2
them.
reserves, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
two of them at the same time. Tell me who your 2 reserves are, and tell me why.
Top 3 shit talker of all time. Could play 3 different positions on the court if he needed to, and one of the deadliest shooters you'll ever see. And looking at him, you'd never guess it. Hick from French Lick, Larry Bird. Period. That dude, so many.
But you're playing him at what, 2 and 3, basically?
I could play him at 3 or 4.
You're going. Oh, I thought you were going where I was.
See, I never liked Larry Bird as a 4.
But here's the thing.
He makes you. You got to adapt to him, but he's not a 4.
It's the adaptability because you have to look at back then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
Playing in the mid '80s, late '80s, his agility on the court. Looking at him, you'd never think he could do it. But the dipsy do underneath the basket, twisting the back, which is why he had so many back problems.
Sure.
He did so many things with
That's why
basketball.
he lay on the floor in his timeout.
That was just unbelievable.
Yeah.
But he could step out from 22 and dot your eyes, and there was nothing you could do about it. But just listen to him sit and tell you, okay, y'all showing up for the 3-point contest? Cool. Which one of y'all's finishing second?
Takes his jacket.
Because he knew. Yeah, he didn't care. And cock it back behind the head, let it go. but he was at another.
I got a guy who shoots just as ugly as he does, though.
Great vision on the court. He saw so many things. So many passes he let go were just insane.
Yeah.
The
He's a 6'9" Maravich. I mean, in a lot of ways, some of the passes he made.
He was 6'8". But the best part about it is think about where his career. You think about the transition think about like where his career went. He went to Indiana for 1 day and knew he could not play for Bobby Knight. He's like, I can't deal with this shit. I got to go, and went to Indiana State. 1 day he was on campus.
You think if he'd have stayed in Indiana, he would have been the NBA player he was?
But think about it.
Maybe not.
That's the question because Bobby Knight would have driven more toughness into him, but at the same time, Larry Bird was tough. So it's almost like the mentality that he had. He already knew.
I think it's a question of what kind of inner drive does he have. Like, would it need to be pulled out of him, or was it already there and just need to be released?
But think about this:
unleashed. Right?
His freshman year, he would have been on the 1976 undefeated 32-0 team with Scott May.
Yeah.
Think about it. So,
Scott May, father of
Sean May,
from the worst university where? In North Carolina.
The University of National Champions. That's what UNC stands for.
All right, who's your second reserve?
The greatest shooter the NBA has ever seen, Steph Curry. Period.
See, I don't have hardly any three-point shooting because I built mine on defense and just plain on scoring.
There is nobody.
In fact, we could go back to 63 and just take out the line.
I mean, go look at it. You can look at Larry Bird. You can look at Craig Hodges. You can look at Peja Stojakovic.
I love that Kings team.
Nobody shoots the three like Steph Curry. It's insane to watch him sit and shoot. And if I'm going to have
Mark Price is less than
Jesus Christ, watching Steph shoot a basketball is insane. It's so much fun to watch.
But here's the thing, right? He's changed three-point shooting so much that when these kids that are coming along get to replicate what he's done in 15 years, we're going to see people start to nip away at some of the stuff he's done, and we're going to be like, all right, maybe he isn't the best, because there's going to be some prodigy that comes out of blah, blah, blah Catholic high school that's shooting from 47 feet behind the line, and you're like, and where do you get that from? Obviously Steph. But, I mean, so it's cool what he's created. All right, so those are your two.
When he steps in the gym, he's
a one for you for the most part? I mean, are you playing him at two?
It's one. No, he'll run the ball. He'll bring it up.
All right, you're going to laugh at one of mine, but I can't help it.
Christian Laettner.
No. So bad.
You got to piss. Just right here. Just piss on the dog.
I might pull my...
So, my two are...
Go in the shower. Go in the outdoor shower.
Sounds good.
That seems...
I'll be back, guys.
Dennis Rodman and Shawn Marion.
Shawn Marion's one of the ugliest form shooters
you've ever seen in your life. He is.
The Matrix.
Yes. So,
He just left mid-video.
Huh?
He just left mid-video.
We should go film. We should walk into the shower and just, selfie. So mine is Dennis Rodman.
Jerry went in.
The dog's in the shower. Dennis Rodman, for obvious reasons.
I love the worm. Love the worm.
I
love the worm.
I like the fact that I can get anybody on my team in foul trouble with the exception of my point guard and put him in place, and he can body up anybody. He guard Shaq if he needs to.
Worm's a good thing.
I love it. I love the tenacity. I love the shit talking. I love the fact that he's just got this mental. When he's on his game,
you're preaching to the choir.
I'm just saying. I guess I'm
what
convincing
I'm
myself.
He's on my bench.
Yeah, I'm convinced. Okay, so and he's a defensive player of the year.
I agree.
I think easily the best rebounder of all time. Of all time. And if you've ever heard him talk about how he went after rebounds, you feel better? All right. How he like figured out the angles and all. I mean, he's not just a dude that was lucky. Like, you don't. I mean, 18 rebounds a game and stuff like that. I mean,
there was a strategy to what he did.
And so my second one, what I like about it is he's my favorite player of all time, Shawn Marion. I just loved him with the Kings and all the teams. And they're both 6'7", 225.
Yeah.
So they're equal size, and both of them can play multiple positions.
Horrible shot for him.
Yeah, but he makes them occasionally. He's not a great 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
I don't think. I guess Kobe's probably my best 3-point shooter. Remember Peyton, which I just don't have any 3-point shooting, but I'm not worried about that because I have people that can, score in the paint or mid-range, whatever.
Marion was an
Marion was great because I like the fact that he's blocks, steals, rebounds, assists, whatever. He just gets you everything, and that's what I need because to me, a team is a modular unit. Somebody that I just lost, Akeem and Peyton, and what can I do? All right, well, move Kobe to.
It's like modular.
Yeah, move Kobe to the 1, and now put Matrix in at 2. Whatever. And I've got a lot of choices. So that's my 7, Teeter.
Real quick before you get into that, do you know how important Dennis Rodman is and how good he truly was.
He's on my bench.
Yes.
Yeah.
So all those Pistons, Bulls, all those teams.
Jordan didn't tolerate bullshit from
Yeah.
anybody. He tolerated it from Dennis Rodman.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Like
Because
he ran off
knew-
to Vegas
he
to
knew
go
he
get married.
needed it, right.
He knew he needed him
Yeah.
because he was so
And he did.
important.
Dennis Rodman's my 6. My 7 is Reggie Miller.
That's interesting. I hate Reggie Miller as a person.
My 7 is Reggie.
I do
As
too.
a person, but you want him on your team.
But
Right,
that dude
but
could
yeah, I mean,
The
shoot.
dude could shoot, and he was
He could-
clutch.
yeah,
he
he
was
was.
clutch.
Yeah.
It was-
Ask the
he's
Knicks
6'7".
how clutch he was.
Yeah, he was Jordan clutch. It's like who are they going to
He was.
when you had to go to it? It was Reggie Miller.
Yeah.
And you couldn't block. You couldn't.
I was gonna
He
take
And
could
his
open.
sister was phenomenal
I was going to
too.
take Cheryl
Yeah,
Miller.
Cheryl.
Jesus, his sister was unbelievable.
But
She
that's
scored
it.
100 points in a
I'd say the
freaking game.
worm for sure.
All right, so now we
And
talk.
Reggie Miller.
Now, really quickly, we talk about. Do you think that any of these three teams in a 7-game series with one another stands out? Like
Well,
how,
John
how,
and
are
I's
the,
teams were pretty similar.
how are the matchups going to be then with my
Except I had Bill Russell.
Look, that's your weakest link right there. Shaq and Akeem are going to destroy
I think
Bill Russell.
I disagree with that.
What do you not like about Shaq?
I think we made all solid picks. I just think Bill Russell.
Bill Russell's the only one I don't really agree with. And not that Reggie
think
Miller's not a good
defensively-
pick, but I could take Ray Allen in that same spot. Could I not? Same type player.
Yeah, I
Not
mean,
every-
Ray
I
could
mean,
shoot.
somebody that
Ray-
can come
Ray-
in, give you a bunch of points, great form,
He
you know,
could.
Maybe.
hit 90 from the line, that kind of thing. I'm surprised.
I mean, he got
I'm
game.
surprised nobody picked Dirk, because Dirk's a special. I
I
thought
had
about
on the
Dirk.
team.
Tater wanted to, but I'm
I
like,
had
dude.
him debating between
Come on,
him
man.
and KG because
I had
Dirk.
they're the same player with the
I had
exception
Bill
of
Laimbeer.
Bill Russell and Bill Laimbeer are going to get rolled.
I'm just telling you. I
like
had
the
Dirk,
three of us
I had
could body
Laimbeer.
them.
I had Pistol Pete.
Pistol Pete's
I
a
mean-
cool pick.
I looked honestly
I had Danny
when it
Ferry.
came down to center. I mean, you could
Danny Ferry.
you could throw so many guys.
My man
You-
had Danny
For the
Ferry.
Cleveland Cavs,
You could
baby.
throw Bill Russell out there. You could throw Wilt out there.
I had
because
Abdul
obviously,
Nabi.
I had John Stockton.
I mean, none of us
I had
said
World Be Free.
I did
Think
have
of-
Stockton in
None
in
of us
the
said
top
Kareem.
10.
I mean, this guy was the leading scorer.
I don't
all
like
time.
him personally. I can't have him on
I
my
don't
team.
either.
Kareem's in my top 10.
Yeah.
And have you ever heard him talk about basketball? You ever heard him analyze the game? It's
Yeah.
like he's never played the game.
Bill Walton.
Bill Walton
That's
is
true.
awesome.
Yeah, he's in my top
One of the best passing,
Now-
along with Vlade Divac, one of the best passing centers of all time.
Now, one of the
Vlade
things
can
that
pass.
we go ahead, Brooks. Ooh, but one
We're
of the
watching
things,
golf.
one of the things that I look at with Shaq was the size
Yeah.
and his agility. He was so. I mean, he truly was
There
so
were
dominant.
there are people that have come in like Eddie Curry that match the size, but they ain't got the skill.
They
don't
don't have the
have you know what I
skill.
mean? Like DeMarcus Cousins.
Shaq could put the ball down, hit you with a drop
I'll
step
say
at
this
7'1",
too,
325, and dunk on your face.
I
There's
think
nothing you can do
off the
about it.
court, Shaq's probably the coolest of all of them.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
he does seem like a cool
With
guy.
what he does every Christmas Eve, and I know
Yeah.
you know that story.
Yeah.
Whatever city he was playing in, he would
Yeah.
go to Toys R Us. He would spend $100,000 plus and deliver those toys before the night was over. That's insane.
You remember the night that we went
Lego shopping,
listen to this story?
Jesus Christ.
We're like 17, right?
and then we take off to Toys R Us.
You didn't know where we were going,
I
right?
didn't.
I said hop in the car.
9 times out of 10.
It's the same guy who got
when,
paid for a PlayStation he wasn't even going to buy.
When
okay?
Tony
Let him take it
tells
that
us
way.
get in the car, we never. When
So what did you say?
I said, where? What? No, I'm confused. I said, anytime Sausage would be like, hey, get in the car, I'd be like, all right.
Let's
I don't
go.
know where we're
I'm
going.
good.
But
I'm
one
good.
time we ended up at Toys R Us.
And it's
And we-
like 9 o'clock at night. Like they're
They're
closing.
about to close. We walk inside. We're 17. We work for $4.50 an hour at a golf course together.
Yeah.
He pulls out a gangster wad of like
What'd you
hundos.
do?
He's just like,
I've been
and I'm
saving
like,
up.
And I'm like, I know he doesn't deal drugs. This is my best friend since I was fucking like 8 years old.
Yeah. What's going on?
And I'm like,
Listen,
what is he
you
doing here? And he's like, come with me. The dude loads up a cart full of Lego and peels off.
I spent like $109
It's
that
just like-
night, which by today's standards is
Like
probably like
$700.
$600 easily.
You
No.
spent more than $100.
No, it was like $100 some.
He said 109.
It was
I mean,
enough.
this guy's got it down
I
to
mean,
a dollar.
We were making $40 a week.
Yeah, maybe.
And he's rolling off.
Hey, you working 2 hours a day? What are you doing?
We
Oh
make
yeah.
$4 an hour.
And all I needed was like extra pieces. It was like it wasn't sets. It
Guy
was
goes
like
and buys Lego.
it was loose.
Roll that
loose
forward
stuff.
40 years. Who's got a room full of Lego in his house? This guy.
Who doesn't have
So-
any Legos? Well, this guy. I
See, look,
sold
you made a
him.
note.
Yeah.
You made.
We switched it over.
You did.
So, all right.
So now I
Jesus
spend
Christ.
stupid amounts of
What
money
are
on
you
Lego.
doing?
That's good. That's good
It's the
stuff.
gift that
Copious
keeps on
amounts of Legos.
All right. So that's our picks for the greatest teams of all time.
giving.
Um,
That's a good miss.
anything you want to add to the ending? It's tough though. I mean, even when people are like, who are the best 5 players? Dude, again, it comes down to position. It comes down to era. It comes down to your favorites, like the people that you just like more than others. You know, I don't like Magic Johnson as a person. I don't trust anybody that owns movie theaters. So I don't like him. So I don't want him on my team. It is what it is. I can't help it.
But see, that's the thing I look at with the older centers like Walton, and which Walton wasn't a really good.
Walton should. If Walton had a full career, we'd be talking about Walton.
Well, his knees were terrible.
No, he was. It's
but if you
like
look at Walton, Wilt,
thing.
and Russell, I look at stiff bodies, still move and be able to dominate.
Stillwater's run deep.
Yes,
4 top
but
sets.
Shaq's agility and footwork makes him different than those guys. It just does.
And that drop step when he
it
dropped,
was stupid.
I mean, what are you going to do for that?
You're not doing anything with that.
Let me get up on you. Show me the drop.
Watch it though. I got the ball, and I
And he
just
was
dropped
like that. There you
But
go.
who taught him that?
He's like, huh? I don't know.
Phil taught him that.
Yeah.
He had it when he was in Orlando, but Phil taught him how to dominate it.
That was a good drop step.
All right, that was good. Teeter out.